Welcome to The Human Curious. If you love exploring the mysteries of nature, make sure to subscribe, share, and like this video. I bet you didn't know trees might be able to talk. Have you ever walked through a quiet forest? Did you feel a sense of presence there? Perhaps you imagined the trees were watching you. For centuries, people have felt this deep connection. They believed trees held ancient secrets. They thought trees could communicate in their own slow way. This idea is not just a fanciful dream anymore. Modern science is beginning to explore this very possibility. We are starting to wonder if trees might indeed have a voice. A voice we could, one day, understand. Imagine a world where the rustling leaves carry more than just the sound of the wind. Picture a reality where the creaking branches are not mere signs of age. What if they are attempts to speak? Ancient cultures often revered trees as wise beings. They saw them as living entities full of knowledge. These old beliefs are now meeting new scientific discoveries. Scientists are finding evidence that trees are not solitary, silent giants. They are part of a complex, interconnected community. They might even be sharing information with each other. This thought opens up a universe of wonder. If trees can talk, what would they say? Many ancient cultures did not need science to tell them trees were special. They simply knew it in their hearts. They saw trees as powerful symbols of life, strength, and endurance. Great oaks, towering pines, and ancient yews were often considered sacred. People would gather under their branches for important ceremonies. They believed these trees were home to spirits or deities. They felt a profound connection to these living monuments, a link to both the earth and the heavens. These beliefs shaped their relationship with the forest. These cultures often viewed trees as vessels of ancestral memory. They thought the wisdom of past generations was stored within the wood. Elders would tell stories of how the oldest trees in the village had seen their grandparents' grandparents. They were living links to a time long gone. Imagine a tree as a silent historian, its rings not just marking years but recording events. Each knot, each scar could be a chapter in a long unwritten story. This perspective gave trees a unique status, deserving of reverence and protection. Rituals were often performed in sacred groves. Modern science, with its careful methods, is now exploring what ancient people felt intuitively. Researchers are discovering that trees are far from isolated individuals. They are intricately connected beneath the soil. A vast network of fungi, known as mycorrhizal networks, links tree roots together. This network acts like an underground internet. Scientists have playfully called it the wood wide web. Through this system, trees can share resources and information. It is a bustling, hidden world of cooperation and communication. Imagine trees sending messages to each other through this fungal network. Mother trees, the large, older trees in a forest, seem to play a crucial role. They can nurture younger saplings around them, even those that are not their direct offspring. They can send sugars and nutrients to seedlings struggling in the shade. This suggests a level of community care that is truly astonishing. It challenges our old ideas of relentless competition in nature. Instead, we see a complex system of support and interdependence. Beyond sharing food, trees might also send warning signals. If we could understand the language of trees, imagine the histories they could share. Consider an ancient oak that has stood for 500 years. It would have witnessed countless human dramas unfold beneath its boughs. It might remember the laughter of children playing games long forgotten. It could recall the hushed conversations of lovers seeking a private moment. It might have seen soldiers marching to battles that are now mere footnotes in history books. These trees are living archives holding memories in their very cells. Gap 3S. Did you know trees can communicate through underground networks? If you find this fascinating, hit the like button on Gap 3S. Beneath the forest floor, trees are engaged in constant communication through a vast web of roots and fungal networks known as the wood wide web. This intricate system allows them to share resources, warn each other of dangers, and even nurture their young. It's like an underground internet connecting the entire forest community. So next time you walk through a forest, remember that you're stepping over a hidden world of conversations and cooperation. Section 5. Lessons from the Leaves, Ecological Wisdom Shared. Trees are masters of sustainable living. They have thrived on this planet for hundreds of millions of years. They have adapted to countless changes in climate and environment. If they could share their wisdom, what ecological lessons might we learn? They could teach us about patience and resilience. They grow slowly, steadily, weathering storms and droughts. They understand the importance of deep roots, both literally and metaphorically. This long-term perspective is something our fast-paced human world often lacks. They could also teach us about the power of community and cooperation. As we are learning through science, trees support each other. They share resources and warnings. They create ecosystems that benefit many other species, from tiny insects to large mammals. This interconnectedness is fundamental to the health of a forest. Trees understand that the well-being of the individual is tied to the well-being of the whole. This is a profound lesson for human societies struggling with division and competition. Imagine trees explaining the intricate balance of their local ecosystems. Section 6, Canopy, concerns warnings from our woody kin. If trees could speak to us directly, their messages might not all be gentle lessons. They might also share urgent warnings. They are on the front lines of environmental change. They feel the rising temperatures. They suffer from prolonged droughts and extreme weather events. They are impacted by pollution in the air, water, and soil. Their voices, if we could hear them, might carry a tone of distress. They would be like sentinels, alerting us to the dangers we are creating for ourselves and for them. Imagine a venerable old tree describing the changes it has witnessed in its long lifetime. It might speak of winters that are no longer as cold, or summers that are becoming unbearably hot and dry. It could tell us about the decline of certain insects or birds that used to frequent its branches. It might describe the taste of acid rain or the struggle to draw water from parched earth. These first-hand accounts would be powerful and deeply moving. They would make the abstract concept of climate change feel very real and personal. Section 7. Learning the lingo, the challenge of tree translation. The idea of communicating with trees is captivating, but how would we actually do it? Learning the language of trees presents an immense challenge. Their communication is likely very different from ours. It probably involves complex chemical signals, subtle electrical impulses, and perhaps even sound vibrations beyond our normal hearing range. It would not be a language of words and sentences as we know them. It would be a language of biochemistry, of growth patterns, of subtle environmental responses. Scientists are already taking the first steps. They are studying the chemical compounds trees release. They are monitoring the electrical signals in their tissues. They are mapping the intricate fungal networks that connect them. This research requires sophisticated technology and a great deal of patience. It is like trying to decipher an alien code. We need to identify the letters, understand the grammar, and then interpret the meaning. It's a monumental task, but the potential rewards are equally immense. Section 8. A forest of friends, our transformed bond with nature. Imagine the profound shift in our worldview if we could converse with trees. They would cease to be mere objects, resources to be managed or exploited. They would become subjects, individuals with their own experiences, memories, and perhaps even a form of consciousness. The forest would transform from a collection of timber into a community of living beings. Our relationship with nature would move from one of dominion to one of kinship. We might start to see trees as our elders, our silent companions on this planet. This newfound ability to communicate could revolutionize environmental ethics. If a tree can express its needs or its suffering, it becomes much harder to ignore its well-being. Decisions about logging, urban development, or pollution would have to take into account the voices of the trees affected. We might develop new legal frameworks that recognize the rights of natural entities. The concept of environmental protection would take on a much deeper, more personal meaning. It would be about protecting our fellow inhabitants of Earth. Our emotional connection to the natural world would also deepen. Walking in a forest would no longer be a solitary experience. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the secrets of trees, don't forget to subscribe, share, and comment below with your thoughts. Section 9. Rooted wisdom, embracing a future guided by trees. The prospect of unlocking tree communication opens a door to a future where humanity lives in closer harmony with nature. If we can learn to listen to these ancient rooted beings, we gain access to a profound source of wisdom. Trees have mastered the art of long-term survival. They understand balance, cooperation, and resilience in ways we are only beginning to grasp. Their guidance could be invaluable as we navigate the complex environmental challenges of our time. They are the quiet elders of our planet. Embracing this rooted wisdom means more than just gathering information. It means allowing their perspective to influence our actions and our values. It means slowing down, thinking in longer time frames, and considering the well-being of the entire ecosystem, not just our immediate human needs. It means recognizing that the health of the forests is inextricably linked to our own health and survival. Trees provide us with clean air, fresh water, and a stable climate. Their silent work sustains us all. Imagine a world where city planners consult with ancient trees before designing new parks. Picture farmers learning from forest ecosystems to create more sustainable agriculture.